Hello Scorpio, Scorpio Rising, and Scorpio Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting April 10th, 2017. And yes, I did make a video talking about why the rising sign is relevant, and you can find that on the main channel page. I think there might even be a reminder on this video popping up at some point in time, I don't know when. And but you can find that out. It's a featured video at the very top of the main page, so you can check that out. So, and of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. That's where you schedule your session or order a downloadable video file. So what is going on with your astrology this week, Scorpio. Everyone rhymes. Scorpio. Well, Scorpio, when it comes to the beginning of the week, we've got a full moon on the 11th in Libra in your 12th house, your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone, forming a very charming sextile to Saturn, currently in your second house of earned income. And a full moon tends to bring a need for closure, a need for release, getting rid of things from the past, and getting rid of things that have been weighing us down. But because it's actually forming a supportive angle to Saturn in your earned income sector, you may be finding out that an opportunity is coming for work or through work to actually wrap up an outstanding issue that has been holding you back, whether it's been holding you back with your credit, holding you back with maybe even promoting yourself, or maybe even landing a new job, or even switching vocations. And this can sometimes be something that's rooted in our past, because it may be connected to, again, old financial issues, or old resume issues, old reference issues. But we have somebody on the workforce actually kind of coming in and helping you do the clearing, perhaps even finding a shortcut or a cheat sheet to get it done as painlessly as possible. Later on in the week, we've got the Sun, currently in Aries in your 6th house of work, reputation, and your physical health, forming a connection, a very strong conjunction to Uranus, also in this area. And the Sun and Uranus coming together often talks about a need to pay attention to where we need to break some rules. But break some rules not only for ourselves, but to make things easier for other people. And when it comes to either life at work, or, even handling your own physical, not your own physical, your own reputation, this might be something that actually starts to churn things in a good way for you. This might actually show a sense of initiative. We may actually be seeing you get a lot more popular very shortly. Usually when we have this, yes, we do become more popular either for our physical health, our physical looks, or we become more popular for our work, for our social life. It's a boost to our reputation that comes completely out of nowhere. Almost like an opportunity to get discovered. So what is going on with your cards this week? Let's find out. Well, for your spiritual advice, Scorpio, we have the card of the Green Witch. The card of fresh starts and clean slates. And this is definitely connected to the astrology of this week, I think, because we are talking about getting old things off the record for you in a lot of ways. And this might also mean, though, when you're getting a clean slate, hopefully you're more inclined to give other people a clean slate. Because the fresh start here that comes, it talks a lot about a need to, where are outstanding issues and old issues, old stories, and all of those things, still kind of running the show behind the scenes. And, when it comes to giving other people fresh starts, we could have friends, relatives, and lovers that, yeah, maybe they've committed some infractions in our lives in the past couple of years. Maybe they've annoyed us, maybe there have been fights. But where does everyone deserve to have a fresh start? If we don't have fresh starts, sometimes that just means we're letting people do the same thing to us over and over again in our heads, in our crazy. And I think that with the fresh start card, you have got to also make sure that you understand that you're not responsible for what you might be doing in somebody's head either. Because, again, everyone deserves a fresh start this week. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the Five of Cups reversed, talking about recovery, compensation, or something coming back to you that is entitled to you. This may be a second chance at a job opportunity that you feel like you were passed over for, or possibly even a promotion opportunity that should have been yours. Maybe something was taken off the table, it's getting put back on. That's a nice thing about this card. But we also see financial compensation coming your way, financial opportunities coming back, and they're more lucrative the second time around. Remember, Saturn's going to be retrograde in your earned income sector for the next few months, all the way up until August. And so with Saturn retrograde, that whatever's been blocking you from actually, growing your own financial profile, getting you more money, is going to be taking a snooze. It's going on a recess all the way up until August, and so almost immediately we've got, again, not only old opportunities coming back, but maybe even compensation for some kind of loss, whether it's a loss of opportunity or loss of money, starting this week. For you communications with air, we do have the Eight of Swords inverted. This card could actually be a really nice turn of events for some of you who are just willing to get rid of or want to get rid of a negative influence in your life. The Eight of Swords reversed can often indicate somebody lifting out of your life that you don't want to be there anymore. You may be finding out that a troublesome neighbor is finally moving away. You may be finding out that maybe it's one of our kids finally breaking up with a bad boyfriend or a bad girlfriend that you know is no good for them or the family. But the thing about the Eight of Swords reversed is that we do have a release coming in to you. And again, it's a bit of a relief. It's kind of like, oh my god, this is great. All these antagonists and all these negative energies are starting to just sort of uproot and go on themselves. But again, that's kind of the interesting thing about that clean slate energy, that fresh start energy. If it stays good and healthy and, and positive, and it doesn't make an environment that's hospitable to dysfunction. So the dysfunctional people will often end up removing themselves, and that may be something you see happen this week. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Sun card reversed. Now, this card is talking about Scorpio. We need to pay attention to where we need to bring some energy back and focus on a bit of innocence, a bit of sweetness, a bit of simplicity. Where have things gotten overcomplicated, and where do we need to start getting things, again, a bit, not watered down, but just a little bit more wholesome. This could be a need to pay attention to how we interact with folks. How complicated is everything? How many steps does everything take? And how much is that driving everyone towards burnout? Burnout on the situation, burnout on each other, burnout on life. Because the Sun card reversed is talking about a need to pay attention to where are things overcomplicated? Is the schedule overcomplicated? Is the way we have to communicate in this family overcomplicated? Is this workout routine overcomplicated? Where is everything just seemed way too... Some people do complicated because it creates the illusion of productivity, but the Sun card reversed is talking about paying attention to where sometimes high maintenance just does not mean high quality. And again, it may be more work than a lot of you should be putting in, than anyone should be putting in for something that's supposed to have a nice payoff. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Eight of Cups upright. And this is kind of an interesting card because a lot of you Scorpio people may actually be answering the call or the invitation to go and meet somebody very suddenly. And this may actually be somebody brand new. This could be somebody that you have, recently met. This could be somebody that you meet online. This could be somebody that you meet through a friend, maybe at a gathering, and all of a sudden we exchange numbers, things happen. But there's a call to answer for you in this. And the interesting thing about this card, though, is saying that this may also be a time for a lot of you Scorpio people to entertain new options. If you are not in an official relationship, and you've been seeing some folks and you kind of feel like it's not going anywhere, there may be somebody who comes and steals your attention away this week with the Eight of Cups, and that's okay. Keep your options open. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, sometimes with the Eight of Cups, it is a better option nonetheless. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Eight of Cups does not mean that y'all are going to be running out on each other. Okay, but the Eight of Cups upright does indicate that you and your partner may be deciding to maybe form a unified, front when it comes to walking away from a regular engagement that the two of you have with other people that you need to let go of. You may be finding out in a very good way that your partner could be quitting a really bad job, and you couldn't be happier for it. Or you may be finding out that maybe you and your partner have decided it's both time for you to take some kind of holiday, or maybe even a move. But the Eight of Cups upright is calling both of you to action this week, and it may again be something much nicer and much easier to deal with, again, because it is all leading to that wonderful fresh start that this week is all about. So that is your horoscope, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.